everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you're new around these parts, hi, my name is Missa. I'm a 28-year-old beauty addict from Edinburgh, and you should subscribe now because I'm super cool, and also go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which is up there. Go and do it now. Today, in this video, we are going to be playing again with the Makeup Revolution and Patricia Bright Rich Colour palette. I asked if I could do like a classic Melissa pink cut crease with glitter, and that's what I've done, and I'm not going to tell you what I think because maybe they don't work that well, or maybe they do. I'm going to do my whole face on camera. I'm going to play again like the conceal and hydrate, a couple of new products, a couple of old favourites, and we're just going to do makeup, you know. I'm doing a sponsorship for, wait for it, Real Techniques, me, Melissa, over on Instagram. So I'm going to be using quite a few of their like brushes and tools in this video just so you can see them in action, because I don't really talk in my Instagram videos, and also just because I want to use this video as my sponsorship video. So this video isn't sponsored, but the one you'll see on Instagram will be. I know, I can't believe it. Real Techniques, me, what, how'd that happen? But I wanted to show you them because I do just use them in the video and I don't show you the really cool packaging. So they've got this new brush set. I think this is all out for Christmas, and this is the limited edition star-studded, it's got for primer, foundation, shadow, contour and bronzer set. So you get a sponge that also comes in a case, which is really handy for, I was gonna say holidays, but if you're going anywhere. And then it's got a bunch of brushes, a mirror, what is that, a headband, and then it comes in like a brush roll as well. And then they've got a new set of sponges out, and you know how much I love Real Techniques sponges. I use them all the time. They've got new ones. This one is literally, I've used this, a perfect sphere. What? But yeah, I just wanted to show you those in their packaging in case you're wanting to buy them as gifts. That would be a really great stocking stuffer. This, I mean, people would put this in stockings, but my stockings were literally my dad's old socks, so I don't know how my mum would have fitted this in there, but I would more gift this as an actual gift because that's quite generous in my opinion. And of course I'll use other old favourite brushes as well, but I just wanted to show you those in their packaging. And if you have any questions about how great my hair looks, I did get my extensions done. I should have a video up soon on those, very soon. Too soon, it'll just be a short one, but this is my hair. It's not all my hair, obviously. I have real extensions in, but I'm not using like ratty clip-ins. I can't believe it. I feel 10,000 times more confident about my hair. I think it looks fantastic. I just need to learn how to style 24-inch long hair that almost touches my bum. Anyway, I've been talking too much. If you want to see how to do this whole look here, see some new products, some old faves, then why not just keep on watching? Pulling me back, I know not tonight. Pulling me back, I know not tonight. Pulling me back, I know not tonight. I'm going to start with eyes because I think I'll probably get fallout, and I'm using really bright colours and I don't want that to ruin my base, to be frank. So I'm going to use my Revlon Candid Concealer. I'm going to use this little Real Techniques, why do they not have names? No, they do, 307 brush just to blend this in. Okay, so I'll probably just like point and read out the names, but like I said, I'm not trying to like do an epic eye tutorial or anything. I just want to use these products. I'm going to start with Wifey, and I might need to add a black later on, so I've got the other Patricia Bright palette here as well. I just really hope these pinks and purples work really well, because then I could probably recommend the palette a lot more, whereas when I only did the greens, it was, yeah, very inconclusive. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up there. Up there. And this is the Morphe Jeffree Star JS13 brush. Really dense, really small. I think that colour looks really good It looks a lot kind of deeper in the pan, I would say. But as purples go from the drugstore, especially from Makeup Revolution, it seems to be working just fine. I'm just gonna take a brush, the Crown C511. I was gonna say C511. Just gonna soften the edges of this. It always cracks me up that you guys like don't see. If Hamish keeps coughing, I am going to hit the roof. With lots of love in my heart. No, I forgot what I was gonna say. I remembered. Cracks me up that you guys have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. The fact that I'm wearing the most disgusting pajama bottoms and socks, and I just made Hamish the worst lunch of probably out of date frozen fish fingers. That softened up nicely. There's only 2 eyeshadow brushes in this set, so I can't really do much with them, so more will come later, I'm sure. Okay, I'm gonna go in with Pillow Talk because that's blue. Pillow Talk, stunning. If you didn't see Tuesday's video, I did this brush has tons of glitter on it. Tuesday's video I swatched every single shade. This is the Jessup 228. Get the Jessup brushes, trust me. This shade is so pretty and so pigmented. I'm pretty sure it was really pigmented when I swatched it. I can't quite remember. But I think I definitely like the shade, but I don't know how well it's swatched because I've got the memory of a chicken nugget. I actually have quite a good memory. But when you swatch a lot of palettes, you do kind of forget what one was good and things, so don't ask. Maybe I'll do another video with Huda's on Sunday, and then I've used both palettes twice in a week. I've got the doctors later on, and they're gonna be baffled. And see, I use that Crown brush again just to soften it up. I don't think my doctor's seen me with makeup on. These are really my kinds of colours. I feel very at home with what's going on in my eyes. Not fart again, right, this chair. I'm not saying I don't fart, I'm just saying I wouldn't fart on camera. I fart all the time. All the time. I think I'll go to Fruit Punch now. I don't know, yeah I will. I'll just use a tiny bit of Fruit Punch. This is on a Morphe M514, which is like my favourite brush, apart from the M506. I should have done this for my first video with the palette, but to be honest, like I said, I didn't want to use pinks and purples because I do use them all the time. I'm so drawn to pinks and purples. I think they're definitely like my favourite. I'm not sure if like they're the most flattering shades that I do use, but I love them. I'm starting to fall in love with neutrals, so as we move into winter, we are firmly in winter. It's horrifying. See if Hamish coughs again. This is it, this is his last warning. Okay, I'm gonna use my favourite ratty brush that doesn't have a name, it's MSQ. I think that's like one of those cheap brands. My mouth looks so weird. It's a horrible brush, it's a great brush, but it's destroyed through years of cleaning. And I'm gonna use this Pink's Poppin', which I think was pretty bad on the swatch, but maybe it'll be better on my eyes.
Yes.
I swear, on high heaven, if you cough again, I'm gonna smother you.
Okay.
Grab that other Real Techniques, the 302. It's so small, written on the handle. And grab Shimmering, and that'll be the only like highlight shade that I'll be able to use. So I'm gonna throw that under my brow. It's so pretty. I used that in my last video, I just didn't do it on camera. Okay, we've got no eye watering, we've got nothing weird going on. Shut up. And you. I think I'm gonna dip into Rich in Life and just grab the black called Stargirl, just because the other purple in there is very, very cool toned and I don't want to use it. So I'll deepen my look with this black. Lord almighty, it's pigmented. And then I will blend it out with more pinks. And this is a Zoeva 234. Great brush. And I'll just use the same shades to like blend it out, so Wifey, and then Pillow Talk, Fruit Punch, and this Pink's Poppin', just all in the same thing. I think you know what I mean. I feel like I was very clear. I am kind of shocked at how vibrant these pinks are and how easy they blend and how they're literally great. I've not blended out that black very, very well, so I'll go back and do that and I'll throw my cut crease and then I'll be back because we're going to use one of the pressed glitters, which is not usually something I do. But I think it will go really well with these tones and it'll also be super like glamorous, party, sparkly goodness. So 2 moments. I've just put this cut crease on and now I'm going to go in with the shade Wow. And I'm using that on a blank canvas. Oh, I think it's E27. The writing has rubbed off. I'm just going to pop that glitter all over my cut crease. Just on top of, what's it called? Concealer. I knew this shade would look beautiful with pinks, and it really, really does. Holy smokes. Got very little fallout from the pinks, but also from that glitter, just a few particles down here. I'm sure I can easily get those off. That is such a pretty colour. I'll do close-ups and stuff later on with my eyes, but I think I'll use the shade Dessert, which is like a deep kind of plummy, lovely purple metallic in between the glitter and the mattes, just to make it look nicer. Will you shut up? I think that looks pretty good. I'll do the same on the other eye and then we'll move on to getting this chop looking better. I'm going to use some new products because I have had a lot of new products for a long time and not used them. So I'm first of all going to take this. This is one of the brushes from the set. So it says BB cream on it. I'm not going to use BB cream, and also I don't really like brushes for foundation. I'm sure it works fine, but I prefer the sponge, so I'm going to use that. But I thought I could put my primer on with it because I see some people doing that and it looks cool. And also I have this Barry and Pixie Skin Blurring Beauty Elixir, and it kind of looks like the For Sally one that I want, and it says blurring. It's got the pipette, so I'm going to use this and hope it's nice. And I'm going to do what the Instagram people do. I'm just going to blend it in with this brush that has fluff stuck to it. I'm not going to use this sponge. I'm going to use one from here, and then I'm going to use this one as well because it looks really cool. That is definitely like peach, isn't it? That's got glitter on it already. That's not the usual Real Techniques sponge. It's very soft though. And then look at this one. It's literally a sphere completely, and it says like try it for like cream contour and stuff on the box, so that's what I'm gonna do, but I need to go wet these first. This genuinely feels like the original Real Techniques sponge formula. It's super formula material. It's so soft, so soft. This feels exactly the same. It didn't grow much when I wet it, but it is moist, and that's good. What foundation am I gonna use? I think I'm gonna go crazy and use Revolution Conceal and Hydrate, because the last time I used it I really liked it, so hopefully the same today. Shade F6. Yeah, this sponge is really soft. I remember a lot of us moaning a while ago when Real Techniques seemed to change up. I think they did, the material of their sponges, but this one feels great. Every time I use this foundation, which to be honest hasn't been a lot recently because I've been testing out other ones, I've been using the Urban Decay Stay Naked one a lot before I can do a video on it. I'm like, wow, the coverage on this is bananas. I had to have a bit of a giggle because on the packaging of this, like on the back of that box, it says replace every, is it 1 to 3 months? Replace every 1 to 3 months. I'm like, I've had Real Techniques sponges for 3 years. 1 to 3 months. Who does that? I bet there are a lot of you that do that. You are better than I am. That foundation genuinely looks so good, and I think I'm really falling for it more and more the more I use it. Like I said, I haven't used it a heap recently, but I have used it a few times and it's looks so good. My skin also looks pretty smooth. Does say it's blurring. I'm gonna cream contour with the same thing formula, but in the concealer obviously. But I'm gonna use a different concealer to conceal. I might have used too much as I put more on. Now I can use the egg. I'm very excited. I do actually really like this concealer for cream contouring. I've been using it a lot because actually recently I've really gotten back into cream contouring. For me, it's just something that I'm either too lazy to do or I do it all the time, because it's just such a nice base for the rest of your makeup, having that in place already. I just find that my base always just looks like 1,000 times better when I bother to cream contour. I mean, what can I say about the sponge? It's doing it well, just like any other sponge would. Just like if I used the other Real Techniques sponge, it just works. I just think it's quite a unique shape, which is a bit more fun. Okay, and then I'm actually going to use my L'Oreal concealer. I've been using it a lot as an eye primer. Hold on, I've got an itchy ear. So I really like it as an eye primer, but I'm kind of concerned that it is making my eyes water a bit, so I'm just going to use it like it should be. Great coverage. I am really falling for the coverage that it's got. I definitely prefer this over the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and this is actually double the price. This is $9.99, but it's L'Oreal, it's not e.l.f. But the e.l.f. on me is so drying, like mega drying. I don't have dry skin, and if I put the e.l.f. on, I look like I have really bad dry skin, so I prefer this one. Okay, my skin looks so good, apart from the fact that I didn't take my moustache off. And I really should have, because wow, stubble. And then I just like to use the pointed end. I love that side for foundation, but I love the pointed end to get under my eyes for powdering. So I'll just do this quickly. And then I'm just going to use the Revolution Bacon Blot in Lace with the big fluffy brush, which is the powder brush, just to set the rest of my face. I want to try and use all the brushes in the kit. I actually did need a new powder brush. Well, I actually have a new Real Techniques one that I've been loving. I've talked about it a few times, one of these ones. That's the 003, and I really love that. But I find those like fancier brushes that they do are just a little bit expensive, and even though they are really nice, the chances of me going out and spending like that much on a brush is quite slim, because I'm a little bit of a stooge, what's the word? I'm stingy. That's what I'm trying to say. Skin finish. Picked up the wrong one, but it's fine. Same brush. A few people have said to me like they've bought it and they don't know what to do with it. I just use a big fluffy brush and just put it everywhere. And it just gives your skin a glow, especially if you've just mattified it with powder. This is powder, by the way, but you know what I mean. I don't think I have a new bronzer, so I'm going to use my Bourjois one, the Matte Illusion. This is a Morphe brush and doesn't have a name, but it's great. It's from the Grandmaster sets, where a lot of the eye brushes I use come from, and I can never actually tell anyone what they are because they don't have names. Because it was limited edition, which is so annoying. I do really like this bronzer. I've been making a real effort recently, just when I'm doing my makeup on my own for whatever reason, to use a lot of products that I don't usually use, like all the time, because I do get bored of the same product over and over again. And I've been reaching for this as a drugstore option instead of my, I always try and remember the name of things, this one, Summer of Love. And it's so smoothing, but to be honest, I think my face looks really good today. How nice is that? It looks so smooth, but then my base is very, 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 very smooth. Like, I honestly think that could be a really good primer. I'm gonna use my Revolution thing, because I've been reaching for my sleek one pretty much every day, and I need to stop. I like using this big fluffy brush though. This is a blank canvas F15. I'm going to use probably these two. And there's something about using a much bigger brush. I get a bit of a less harsh line, surprisingly. It's just like I can blend it easier because I've got so much more brush. I've also recently not been doing my Stacey Marie MUA trick where I do it like above my cheekbone, because I don't know, I found on me it was looking a little bit, I don't know, I had this like big gap in between my jaw and my contour, and it just made my face there look really wide, and I wasn't loving it. So whilst I think she is probably right in absolutely everything she says and does, it's maybe not right for every single face. This is what I call my like detail contour brush. The blank canvas E42, great for nose contour. This is my powder brush, make sure everything's looking good, which it is. I think I'll do my under eyes now. If you're anything like me and you have like the worst receding hairline because you often have it too high up, pull too tight, I always use eyeshadow. So I'm gonna like mix this eyeshadow here on an eyeshadow brush and like fill in the front of my hairline. I'm using the Rich in Life palette for this. Just gonna make it look a little less receded and a little more not, you know what I mean? I use a mixture of black browns. I find most browns actually don't do it very well, and black's a little too dark. That looks a little better, doesn't it? I put a lot of thought into it and I decided to go neutral on this under eye, just because, and this one in a second, just because I think pink is great. I love pink, but I think for a lot of people pink on both parts would be a little much. I don't usually care about being a little much, but I just thought it'd be nice. Gets me to test new shadows as well. So my favourite under eye brush, Jessup 230. I will link the set below. It's great. And I'm grabbing this shade here called Model. Very pigmented. Gotta say though, these shadows as well, they have like almost zero fallout. Tiny little Morphe brush, not that tiny, and Queen, just to blend that out. I was gonna do blue down here as well, but I think I'll probably just do like a full blue look from this palette rather than use blue now. And then I'm going to take this Real Techniques 323, I think I can read it. It's just a flat brush, and I'm grabbing Stargirl again from the Rich in Life one, which is the black. And that's just going about halfway along. Where's that other brush? And then this is just a fluffier brush. Just gonna blend that black a little bit. I think some people won't like a neutral with a bright on top, but I always think when in doubt, like if you're not quite sure what to do, a neutral does look really good. And then I'm gonna use the Kat Von D Cake pencil in Mad Max Brown, just to keep it quite neutral. Oh, I think I've used like everything from this set except this tiny little sponge. It's a fan brush. I though have been using this one recently and liking it. It's because I saw this status on, what was it, Twitter, and someone was like, oh, I'm so glad as a community, as a makeup community, we've all decided to stop using fan brushes. And I was like, hey, fan brushes they have their place. So I started using this one, and I really liked how my highlight does on my cheeks. I don't do it on my nose or anything, but we're gonna use this one. Let me just find a nice pinky highlight. I think I'll use this one actually. It's the Maybelline Face Studio Chrome Extreme in 200 Diamond Glow. Pretty sure I have like 10 more of these in my brush pots. Definitely have 2 more. That is nice. I keep forgetting how much I like this highlighter until I use it again. like how I've been enjoying using a bigger contour brush. I think it's the same reason the past few days I've done my makeup with a fan brush, though not this one, because everything looks a bit more diffused and a bit more blended. So a lot of highlight, but I wanted to wear a lot of makeup today. For blush, I will use my Real Techniques brush that I love, 002. I get a lot of questions on it, and it's great. I'm gonna use my little Max Factor one, Hourglass dupe. Okay, I'm gonna put a lip on. No, I'm not. I'm gonna put my lashes on, then we'll do a lip together, and then we'll be done. I do actually have a new lip product by Makeup Revolution, the matte liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Matte Raw. They sent me a bunch of them. This looked like the lightest one, and you know me, pale nudes. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. It's so pale. I know a lot of you will think this is like concealer lips. I don't care, because I love really pale lips. I think they're so nice. Wow, a brand that has a pale lipstick. I'm very impressed. I am though going to use my Primark Toast lip liner, just to maybe give myself a bit more definition. It's quite a lot darker. Pretty much just like filled in my lips with that, and then I'll use some more of this. I just can't believe the Makeup Revolution or any drugstore brand has given me a really pale liquid lipstick. Wow, I'm impressed with that. I don't know about the formula. Feels alright right now, doesn't feel very drying. Dries very fast though. Looks nice. Oh my goodness, pale. We are done. Just need to put on some earrings. Did that work? We're done. I am so pleased with how my makeup came out. I'm so glad that I tried this palette again, and again so soon as well, because if you did spend your money on these palettes, I'll just show both. If you did spend your money on these palettes, and it's a lot of money, especially for drugstore and for Makeup Revolution. So now I can say that at least for the pinks and the purples and the neutrals in the palette, they work really well. And the greens, they worked well on me. I was just really upset, not that upset, but I was annoyed by the moist green. I'm glad that I've tried it again. That glitter is stunning, and it's so beautiful with these pink tones, because it's got that kind of, I think I described it as like rose gold champagne, and I feel like with this it's so nice and sparkly and pretty, and it stayed on with concealer as a base, barely any fallout really, and almost none from the eyeshadows, and I didn't really get much fallout with this one either. My skin looks really good as well. I mean, I think this foundation does have a lot to do with it. I've been having a lot of success with it recently, but this what's it called, Barry and Pixie Beauty Elixir, that smells so good and it went on really nice. So I don't know, I need to keep playing with it just like I did with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty one, and then I can say if I really like it or not. I was really impressed by the Real Techniques brushes that I used today, and the sponges. Everyone loves a Real Techniques sponge, well most people do, I know not everyone does. And the fact that there is a nude liquid lipstick at the drugstore that is so pale, it's almost concealer lips, makes me so happy. And I know a lot of you, although not most of you, but a lot of you out there really like the pale nudes as well, like I do. So Makeup Revolution Matte Raw. So I think that's all for me. I actually have to go film another video now, potentially 2 videos, but I hate filming more than 2 videos with the same makeup on, so probably just 1 more video. So if you did enjoy this video, please do give it a big thumbs up, and if you loved it, why not subscribe? Leave me a comment down below because I do try and reply to every single comment, and of course a massive thank you to my Patreons. Thank you guys so much for supporting me on Patreon and on here. I still haven't filmed this week's Patreon only video, and tomorrow I can't, so hopefully I will have one up for you this week. If not, it'll be next week, although they're not weekly, but I did try. I wanted to do one this week for you. If you want to become a Patreon, you can. The link is down in the description box, and you get early access to videos, Patreon only videos, giveaways when I have money, and also you can choose some of my videos as well when I put up polls on the Patreon platform. If you can't or don't want to be a Patreon, don't worry about it. Just keep watching my videos, it's a massive help. And on that note, I'm gonna piss off, and you will see me again looking like this if you want to watch that video, but I will hopefully see you all on the flip side.